touchdowns, 7 to 8 touchdowns. He played with Travis Hunter. He won the Belinikov. Some things you just can't knock. Like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta stop making feelings with how people play linger. Like, yeah, he might have some things that he might say on camera, off the field. Whatever was dealing with that don't have to do with how he plays football.
Mm-hmm.
We here for one thing, and that's to play football. Everybody got different personalities. You never gonna meet somebody that got the same personality anywhere. Like, you can't mix that. We all made different. So for them to judge him on just the things that he say or how he carry himself, bro, how he carry himself is all about how his dad raised him
and designed.
And they know Deion. We all know Deion, bro. Come on now. We all know Deion. They was just doing that just to show how they bigger than what he wanted to stand for. And I understand that, but you don't do that. You don't do that. Like, not to a kid like that been working their whole life, been told that Deion's kids was never gonna be as good as him, and he plays quarterback. Deion played corner, so Deion not really teaching them about quarterback. He played a different position.
Yep.
So for them to do that, bro, I lost a little bit of respect for it because just what the black youth stand for right now. We trying to make it a big thing, especially to be a black quarterback.
Yep.
And to try to take that bigger than what it is. Like, nowadays, in my division, we got 4 black quarterbacks. That's never been done.
Yep.
We got a lot of black quarterbacks who win Super Bowls right now. It's never been done. So that's the next generation, and I kind of feel bad for how that happened to him because he really played his ass off. And he took it from a different level. He went to Jackson State, and then he did what he did at Jackson State, bought that program, brought a lot of people to Jackson State that never knew about Jackson State, about football.
Put them on the map.
Changed a lot of family lives.
Then went to Colorado, where nobody was even looking at Colorado like that, and having all these people look at them play and do what he did,
Prime time.
and then do him like that. Like, come on, bro. Y'all know y'all weren't supposed to. This boy was the talk of the top 2 quarterbacks in his class. There's no way in hell he go fit around.
This is the part of the game that's whack. We're always talking about the dark side of sports. This is an attack at Prime, in a sense. Like, but it's an attack on a black family, like, and a black man who raised his young men to be men. You get what I'm saying? Prime ain't do nothing wrong. You don't hear nothing bad about Shedeur. None of them boys, or the girls. Like, you don't hear nothing bad about them. They straight. They do what they do. They handle their business. They take care of business. This is a family business over here. So the fact that you don't like how I run my family business, you could say that about any other family business that's out there. You get what I'm saying? Just because it's in sports and Prime is he's in a seat that a lot of people want that seat. And he's doing it his way. And he's talking his talk. And he's proving it step by step. It ain't about winnings and losses with me. It's about developing these young boys into young men. This is what we seeing. You can't go from being, he's one of the 2 picks. He's number 1 or number 2 pick to just falling off the draft board.
Yeah.
That's a lot of conversations. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of phone calls. Yo, don't take it. Now they want to make it about his interviews. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, bro.
You know how many fucked up interviews just say NFL in general. You know how many fucked up niggas came to the NFL and had fucked up interviews?
Red flags all over.
Come on, bro. Now then they want to say he couldn't read the play. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about now?
Come on, man.
You got to have an eye test too.
Yeah.
He can play.
That's what it is.
You get what I'm saying? You can't keep raising the bar on him every single time. Oh, he can't go, he can't run out the pocket, can't scramble. What you mean? Go watch the film. Right. He's tackled every issue that everybody said he couldn't do. And because of that, his receivers are successful. Right. Deion, the first thing he said when he got to Colorado, I got to get an O-line.
Yep.
I'm invested in the O-line. This is things that people not taking account for. Like, I'm just fucked up about it because he's never did nothing wrong. So we seeing what, we love the vibe. Y'all love the shit. when they in Colorado and all the cameras is there and they, you know, they love this. They love the shit.
Lil Wayne there with the hoodie on.
They love it. They love it until they don't love it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out with that. This is a new game. This is a new generation. This is new energy that's coming in.
Right.
He think differently. He's sitting here. How many football guys we just sat on this couch? He think a lot differently, prospectively. They all thinking like that. Coming in, they all thinking like that. You can't fault me for wearing chains and wearing iced out watches. And I ain't do nothing illegal. I'm getting paid in college to get this. My dad is my dad. My family is my family. This is what we do over here. Don't be mad at us because of what we do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They fall to LeVar Ball for that shit too. It's like you want to see it so bad. We want to see it. Everybody want to see the rise. But when you get there as a black family and as a black man who's doing it, then it's like, nah, he's too boisterous. He's too flamboyant. He's too, he's shining too much. He's too loud. He need to sit down. He need to go work out. This kid work out all day, every day. This kid train all day, every day.
All right.
This kid is a natural, very good player, bro. That works.
I think you're wrong, Mike T. I think you're wrong, and I think somebody like you will understand and appreciate where I'm coming from when I say this. I don't think the day one starter or the week one starter for the NFL season for the Cleveland Browns, as it pertains to Shedeur Sanders specifically, is going to be determined by just his play. I think all the stuff that has been said, all the stuff that has been reported is erroneous as it may be in the eyes of a lot of people, including myself, as cruel as it might be in the eyes of people like myself in terms of what happened to him. I think that you had people looking to give him a reality check. And now I think what you're going to do is see people wanting to test his emotional and mental resolve as it pertains to that. As of yesterday afternoon, he was en route to Cleveland, from what I was told, in a pickup truck, ready to put on his lunch, grab his lunch pail, put on his hard hat, and get to work. That's what I was told in terms of yesterday about how he's looking at things right now, anxious to go out there and show out. But you're hearing people out of Cleveland talk, Dom, about how Dillon Gabriel was their preferred quarterback, Big Ten Player of the Year, that kind of thing. They were saying that they looked at him. I don't know how, because he wasn't Shedeur Sanders, but nevertheless, they were looking at it. You look at Flacco. He's a fan favorite. They loved him in Cleveland. They never wanted him to leave after the job he did for them a couple of years ago when Deshaun Watson went down, and he came in and did his thing, okay? And then you're looking at Kenny Pickett. Now, I know that Kenny Pickett is a former Steeler. Then he went to Philadelphia. He's got a Super Bowl championship as a backup. We get all of that part. But in his last 17 starts, his record is like 13-4. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, I think they look at Shedeur as a long-term solution. I'm not saying he's going to sit out the year or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's the starter at some point this upcoming season, but I don't think he's a guy that's going to be judged by just his play. I think they're going to want to see whether or not that ego that people were talking about is something that they're going to have to concern themselves with. And unfortunately, I think they're going to test them. And that's why I think he's going to be prevented from starting week one. Not because he won't deserve it. I just think they're going to test him. Go ahead, Dom.
Well, I mean, I think that I don't think it's outlandish what you're saying, but when you're talking about the Cleveland Browns, I think they want a quarterback pretty badly, and they've demonstrated in recent history that they could put a bunch of things aside. They could put off-field behavior aside. They can put NFL precedent, a fully guaranteed contract that pissed off all the rest of the league aside, because this team has been so thirsty for a quarterback. So if Shedeur Sanders shows up and he's the best quarterback, I don't see why that team, of all teams, the one team that did draft him, would say, nah, we good. We want to be worse with one of these other guys. I'm not sure that Shedeur is going to be the best quarterback in the room on day one. He's a rookie. Plenty of rookies, first round and second round and third round rookies do not start in week one. I think you're right that he will get a chance to get on the field at some point, but he better make the best of that, because one thing I do know is that the Browns are probably going to be near the top of the draft again next year, and a fifth-round pick is not enough investment for them to not draft another quarterback next year. So Shedeur, whatever he has to do to get better at, he needs to do it immediately. And as soon as he gets on the field, there's no slip-ups. They're not invested. They're not going to do like they did for Caleb and put a perfect O-line around him and get him a bunch of receivers and running backs and keep trying. They're going to throw him out there once, sink or swim. And we're done with you at the end of this season. We might draft another one.
Yeah, guys, I see it totally differently. When we drafted Mark Sanchez in New York in 2009, day one, snap one, we put him out there, sink or swim, and we went to the AFC Championship game. Shedeur Sanders is a talented quarterback. And if you listen to Bill Parcells' induction speech when he went to the Hall of Fame, and Neek, you know this, the locker room is the ultimate meritocracy. Shedeur Sanders has more ability than any of those other quarterbacks in that room. Kenny Pickett, Stephen A., I understand what you said, but when you're on your third team in 3 years and Pittsburgh and Philadelphia give up on you, he's not a talented quarterback. Joe Flacco is 40 years old. He's a great backup. So if I'm Cleveland, I want either Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur to start. And once you get that job, don't ever look back. Just keep on going. Well, and if you earn the trust and respect of the locker room the way Mark Sanchez did.
Buổi tiếp theo. Tiếp tục móc xuống.